So, dear listener, if you were around for our first two segments today, we were a little bit deep, perhaps, talking about serious kind of things. So, we wanted to bring you something a little bit lighter, but honestly, this might be just as serious in a way, too, because it's kind of stupid, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
All right. I guess you can be the judge. I'm Dan, she's Beth, this is the Soule of Wisdom, and in case you weren't aware, you're the viewer and or listener.
Yes.
So now that we've got everybody straight of who's who, it is your duty, however, as the viewer or listener, to like, subscribe, share, hit the punchy thing on Rumble, leave a review on the podcast side, all of those things. That is your job. Ours is to talk and keep you entertained, hopefully.
And if you have the ability, depending on where you're watching or listening, leave comments. Tell us what you think. Is this absurd?
Yes.
Whatever.
I think it's absurd. But it's from California.
Yeah.
So that, might be why. All right, let's dig into this. So, California legislator introduces Bill of Rights for cats and dogs. This is from the Daily Wire. Okay. So, full disclosure, at this time in our lives, we do not have dogs or cats. We have rabbits.
Yes.
And we like our rabbits.
Yeah.
We love them. We take care of them. As soon as we're done with this video, we're actually going to go play with them. But they don't have a Bill of Rights.
No.
No. But let's see what California thinks.
They try to be demanding, though.
They are very demanding. And they like to dominate. Beth will actually, in their little enclosure, she'll bend over and they'll jump up on her back.
Yes.
And just show who controls the situation.
And they'll just sit there.
Yeah.
On my back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like bunny yoga.
Yeah, kind of. They got goat yoga. We do bunny yoga. Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. All right, so let's dig into this article. Earlier this month, a Democratic lawmaker in California introduced a Bill of Rights for dogs and cats. The proposal states that it would enact a dog and cat Bill of Rights and would require every public animal control agency or shelter, Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals shelter, Humane Society shelter, or rescue group to post a copy of the dog and cat Bill of Rights. Now, I think that's really important because that way the animals can actually walk up and read what the rights are.
This is like Animal Farm in my head.
Isn't it? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Yes.
Yes. The bill would impose a civil penalty for failure to post the dog and cat Bill of Rights as specified. The bill would make legislative findings and declarations in support of dog and cat Bill of Rights by imposing new duties on local public officials. The bill would create a state-mandated local program, it added. The act continues, dogs and cats have the right to be respected as sentient beings that experience complex feelings that are common among living animals while being unique to each individual animal. The Bill of Rights in the legislation declared, A, dogs and cats have the right to be free from exploitation, cruelty, neglect, and abuse.
Isn't that common sense? Okay.
Yeah. B, dogs and cats have a right to a life of comfort, free of fear and anxiety. 3, dogs and cats have the right to daily mental stimulation and appropriate exercise. D, dogs and cats have the right to nutritious food, sanitary water, and shelter in appropriate and safe environment.
California doesn't even do all of these things
for humans?
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
I know.
All right.
I've already thought of that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of that halfway through reading that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
E, dogs and cats have the right to preventative and therapeutic health care, F, dogs and cats have the right to be properly identified through tags, microchips, or other humane means.
Wait, microchipping your dog isn't going to be fearful and anxiety-ridden for them? Because I'm pretty sure that's not something that the dog would want freely.
Well, just go with it, because G, dogs and cats have the right to be spayed and neutered to prevent unwanted litters.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to want that.
They're not into that either.
Really?
Yeah, the legislation acknowledges that California law already, quote, makes it a crime for the owner or keeper of any animal to permit an animal to be in any enclosure without proper care and attention, or to abuse or neglect an animal as specified. As The Hill reported, Assemblymember Miguel Santiago announced the bill's introduction on February 11th. Quote, "As an owner of 2 dogs myself, I am proud to author the Dog and Cat Bill of Rights to help our furry friends live happier, healthier lives," Santiago reportedly said in a statement. "Our dogs and cats deserve to be loved and cared for, and the Dog and Cat Bill of Rights will help inform potential adopters of the care needed to create healthy environments for their adopted pets. I just have to be done."
So it's already illegal to abuse and mistreat animals, I believe, in every state. So are they looking to then get more police involvement to try to monitor situations of humans and their pets?
Well,
Are
they might.
they looking to up the civil penalties for it?
They might be looking for something for their police to do, since in California, any theft underground they don't care about right now.
I mean, I know
So,
there's like
you know,
some
there's
cruelty things that are actually like criminal, right? So, I mean, a lot of this stuff is already on the books,
Yeah.
and the rest of it is common sense.
So some things that came out for me. All right, you mentioned one that some of these things they're not providing to actual humans.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to like LA or San Francisco, the homeless problem is just outrageous.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. This is just so silly. This is just, my good Lord. What about other pets, like our rabbits? They don't have a Bill of Rights, apparently.
No.
So, in California, if they didn't fall under this, could we just deprive them of food and that would be okay?
Well, I would think that would still fall under your standard animal cruelty, neglect kind of things that are already in the books. But I get your point.
So this is where the dogs and cats are more equal than others.
Yes.
So they get like the super rights.
4 legs good, 2 legs better.
Yeah, but they all have 4 legs too. So
I know.
think that
I
works.
was trying to make a more
Maybe
funny
they're
points about the
discriminating
book.
against animals that hop.
Ow.
Yeah, don't bump your elbow. That hurts.
It does. It really hurts.
See, this is so weird that, you know, Beth's just flailing around now, so, because she just can't comprehend what's going on. Maybe her elbow needs a Bill of Rights.
It does.
Yeah.
It's been neglected for sure.
Good Lord. And then, you know, the other thing that popped into my head is, quite honestly, they're talking about these animals and how they need to have their rights to food and health and be supported physically and mentally and all these things. And these aren't necessarily things that I disagree with. If you're going to have a pet, you should take care of that pet.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay? It is a responsibility.
Yeah.
For sure. But it strikes me that those pets would, quite honestly, have more rights in California than an unborn child would.
That's a good point. I also hate frivolous government legislation and whatnot. Is this
Yeah.
the only thing in the district that Miguel Santiago is a member of that he can't be doing something else with his time to help the actual people? This just seems ridiculous to me.
Well,
And
he is from LA, so, you know, you would think he'd be trying to solve some of the homeless issues and crime issues and stuff like that. But this is
a
how...
ploy. If he's in LA, then this is just a ploy to get the richer people to continue to vote for him.
Yeah. So if you didn't see our segment before this one where we talked about dark money and we talked about the importance of respecting your franchise, so doing the homework to see who you're voting for and what they're really going to care about and how they're going to vote and things like that, this is why.
Yeah.
You voted this moron into office, LA, and now he's wasting your time.
And probably hundreds of thousands of tax dollars in resources, his time, all of his assistant's time, just the time where he's bringing this before, everyone for votes and everything else. Like, again, it's common sense, and some of it's already legislated. So what's the point?
Yeah. And quite honestly, too, is this going to stop anybody who's not taking care of their pets?
No.
Are they suddenly going to be like, oh, snap, there's a Bill of Rights now? Well, I better treat Fluffy better. I'm not going to give a crap.
Well, yeah, it's not like Fluffy's going to call up a lawyer and be like, my owner.
Fluffy might, though. Because after all, you have to post the Bill of Rights. So presumably the dogs and cats can read in California. So if they can read, they ought to be able to make phone calls. Or at the very least, I'm betting they could pick up the phone and tap Morse code out on it.
Maybe next they'll be given free cell phones.
Ooh, I like it. And they could, what is it, Medi-Cal? I think Medi-Cal is their Medicaid. So they could put all the pets on like an animal Medi-Cal. That could be good. A lot of potential. So yeah, that this could really blossom into something huge.
Yeah.
That they can't afford.
Yeah.
It's perfect. All right, this is so silly. We need to just let it be. But in case we're not clear on this, we've said it, but we'll say it again. We love our pets. You should love your pet. If you have one, you should take care of it.
We have owned both dogs and cats before.
Yes, we have. We've owned animals of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
I miss my fishies, though.
Yes.
I used to have big fish tanks and stuff that I don't have right now, but maybe again someday. But in any case, we've always taken care of those animals, and you should too. But we don't see a point in this kind of stuff being legislated, especially when there are so many more important things, especially in a state like California, especially in a city like Los Angeles.
Well, and furthermore, we haven't actually pointed this out yet, but dogs and cats are wild animals that we domesticate for our own personal amusement or companionship. But they're still wild animals. And, if you've ever had dogs or cats, you know that there's occasions where both of them want to try to get out and escape because, well, they're used to the outside, not a house or an apartment or whatever the case may be. So they don't really care about all the creature comforts the same way that we do. Nope. We just think that they do.
Our rabbits want to escape.
Yes.
And they would in a moment if we'd let them.
They'd also get eaten by a coyote or a hawk within 24 hours if we let them out.
Oh, if they were outside here, they wouldn't last more than an hour. There's hawks everywhere out here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave it there. Let us know what you think. Do you think this is just fluffy BS that, should be set aside and in favor of more important things? Let us know your thoughts. And you can share a story about your pet if you'd like to, and what kind of good care you give it. If you give it bad care, we don't want to hear it.
No.
So we'll go ahead and leave it there for now. Thank you again for joining us. Like, subscribe, share, do all those things. And until next time, thank you for watching.